Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, bringing you another cryptocurrency video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Ethereum. Ethereum just recently passed two milestones, those milestones being a 100 billion, almost at a billion, a $100 billion market capitalization, and a price of $1,000 per token. So I want to talk today about where I think Ethereum might go in the year 2018, as the year's just begun, and we have nearly a full year ahead of us. But first, I need to talk about where Ethereum's been. So I'm going to be giving you my Ethereum price prediction at the end of the video, and I'm going to be kind of deducing where I think Ethereum is going to go. So let's get right into it. First, I want to do a bit of technical analysis on the Ethereum chart for the year of 2017 so that we can better understand where we're going to go in the year of 2018. So for the year of 2017 was a pretty big deal for Ethereum. If you can't hear, I'm stuffed up because I just woke up. Sorry about this. 2017 was a pretty big deal for Ethereum. I'm going to be doing a bit of TA on this for the next 2 minutes or so. So if you already know about that, you can skip forward just a little bit. But for those people who are new to cryptocurrency, because I know a lot of my viewers and a lot of cryptocurrency channel viewers in general are, let's go over where Ethereum's been. So at the beginning of 2017, Ethereum was worth right around $8 per coin. Now that is a very, very small valuation compared to today. But even at the time, Ethereum was second or third. It was always, I believe it was always second, all the way through 2017 until Ripple surpassed it a couple weeks ago, about a week ago. No, excuse me. It was always number 2. It was always the second to Bitcoin in valuation. Now that's been changed because Ripple has exploded and is now $20 billion ahead. This is like a race. So Ethereum has always been a big token, and it had an amazing year. It had a nice little run up here to about $50. It hung out around here for a little while, and then it did this. This is what we all know Ethereum has done. It ran up from $50 all the way up to $400, setting a high at $400. That's a big level of resistance. $400 turned out to be the level of resistance. Then it started coming back down and came all the way down to about $140, $150. This little candle right here, if you don't remember, if you're new to cryptocurrency. One day, a guy decided to dump $30 million worth of Ethereum and crash the market for a second. So if you bought down here, you made like 1,000% in about an hour. That's called catching falling daggers for your terminology lesson of the day. But Ethereum continued to make this little equilibrium pattern, which is kind of rare for something this long term. But it made a nice equilibrium pattern here from mid-June all the way through basically up until the beginning of December is in this equilibrium pattern. You normally don't see markets do this for this long, but it did. Basically, an equilibrium pattern is when you can draw a trend line, like these two lines right here, and they create a triangle. That's basically what an equilibrium pattern is. It's also called a bull flag or a bear flag sometimes. Depends on the situation. You could also call this a bull flag, but it's a little too big. The flag's a bit too big for the pole, this being the pole over here. The staff, whatever. So it continued in this equilibrium pattern, and when something's in an equilibrium pattern like this, you know it's going to break out of it, and when it breaks out of the equilibrium pattern, it normally breaks out of the equilibrium pattern in a very, very strong way. This is one of the most useful technical analysis tools that you can use. If you can draw a pattern like this, you can predict so much about markets. I predicted this leap up out of this equilibrium pattern like 3 months before it happened, because I saw it was in an equilibrium pattern, and eventually it was going to break up out of it. It wasn't going to break down. Ethereum's too big of a cryptocurrency, and it's in a very, very bullish market, that being the market of cryptocurrency. So it broke up. I didn't play that, but I did see it coming. Let's zoom into the hourly so I can show you what's happened more recently. After it broke up out of that, it went all the way up here to about $800, $900. It had a very nice run up. This is where it broke out, and this is where it wound up. And then look at that. We made another equilibrium pattern here. This was a proper bull flag at this time. And again, like I said, when you see an equilibrium pattern like this, you're more than likely always going to break up out of it in a bull market. Now, in a bear market, it could be the exact opposite. It could break down, and it kind of depends on which way the flag's going up. If the top line's horizontal or if the bottom line's vertical. Horizontal, that does make a difference. But in this case, Ethereum broke up, and it's had a very nice bull run all the way up to 1,000, where it's hitting its head in resistance right now, because $1,000 is a very, very, very big psychological barrier for any cryptocurrency. And Ethereum is now one of the only 4 cryptocurrencies to ever hit $1,000 in valuation, 4 digits. So where do I think Ethereum is going to go in the year of 2018? Now, there's a very particular way I like to kind of give my opinion on where I think a market will go. And that is, in cryptocurrency anyway, and that is I like to come here, I look at the market cap, and I predict where the total market cap will be by the time I'm trying to predict. So I'm trying to predict how high Ethereum will be by the end of 2018. Now, there's a lot of volatility, so I'm going to give you a range of prices I think it'll fall between, but it will be, I think it will be pretty accurate. Excuse me. So, all of cryptocurrency this morning passed $800 billion worth of valuation. At the beginning of the year of 2017, it was worth $20 billion. Now, that means that cryptocurrency has expanded, has grown by 40 times in the year of 2018, in the year of 2017. And in the year of 2018, I think it's very possible for us to do 5 to 10 times growth. I don't think we're going to do another 40 times a year. That would put us at around $35 trillion market valuation. I don't think that's going to happen. It might, but that is a very, very big valuation in a very short amount of time. If it grows that fast, it's going to be kind of worrying, to be honest. So, my prediction for the total market capitalization of all of cryptocurrency for the end of 2018 is $5 to $10 trillion, which is about 5 to 10 to 12 times growth. We're at $800 billion right now. That's about a 6 to 12 times growth. So if we take where I think the market capitalization for all of Bitcoin or for all of cryptocurrency is going to be, and then we come and look at the historical charts for cryptocurrency of what the market share, the percentage of the dominance of a certain coin would be. It's called dominance in cryptocurrency. It's called market capitalization in stocks. It's called market share a lot of times in business anyway. So if we look at the percentage of the total market share that Ethereum has had for the year 2017, so that we can kind of extrapolate where it might go in the year 2018, if everything kind of stays the same and Ethereum keeps growing the same way that all the other coins are growing, continually being developed, more adoption and everything, I think that Ethereum could easily keep 15 to 20% of the market share in the year of 2018. It has gone from, it had about 5% of the market share early 2017. It went all the way up to a little over 30% of the market share of the dominance, in the year of 2017. And right now it's hovering around 12 to 13% of the market of the dominance, of market dominance. If Bitcoin, now we can use this percentage over 10 trillion. So let's type 10,000 so it's an easier number to work with. If we type 10,000 and we multiply that by, let's say Ethereum will be 15% of the market share, 15 to 30%. That's where I'm going to put my range. It's going to be 15 to 30% of the market share, I believe. So if we multiply by 0.15, that puts Ethereum at a $1.5 trillion market cap if the market capitalization for all of cryptocurrency goes to $10 trillion and can't speak today, and Ethereum maintains a 15% dominance. Now, $1.5 trillion market cap for Ethereum would put Ethereum, luckily we're working with pretty even numbers here, that would put Ethereum around $15,000 by the end of 2017. By the end of 2018. I'm getting my years confused. This happens at the beginning of every single year. So that would put Ethereum around $15,000 per token at the end of 2018. If the market capitalization was to go to, if it was to go to $5 billion and Ethereum was to maintain a 15% of the market share, it would be worth $7,500 per token. If the market capitalization was going to go to $10 trillion and Ethereum was going to be worth 30% of the market share, a market dominance, then it would be worth $30,000 per token. So I'm expecting at least a 10 times to 15 times, maybe even 20 times growth in Ethereum in the year 2018. I don't think that's too much to ask for, considering it's one of the top cryptocurrencies. I think Bitcoin is going to be worth a lot more than $100,000 in the year 2018, considering what it's done this year and considering how fast I think we're going to grow. I think Bitcoin could go over... It could go to 150,000 in the year 2018. So the number 2 and the number 3 and the number 4 spot in cryptocurrency are going to follow. We're not in the days of Bitcoin having 80%, 90% market dominance anymore. We're in the days of Bitcoin having 30, 40, 50, 60% of the market dominance. And I think that's going to start pulling back to the low side. A lot of the value is going to continue to go into the altcoins as the market tries to decide which ones are going to stay for the long term. And I think Ethereum will probably be one of those for at least the midterm, perhaps not the long term. I'm not sure any of the top coins are going to be here forever. Or forever, meaning the next several decades anyway. So anyway, guys, that's my prediction. I'm expecting a $15,000 to $30,000 Ethereum. If I should reiterate that because I've explained that in a bit of a strange way. If you want to do this math on your own, you could just take the what you believe the market dominance will be at any given time. Say that I think the market dominance is going to be $100 trillion. That's 100,000. Pretend that's 100 trillion, and Ethereum will be 15 times. That would put Ethereum at $150,000 per token. If you think that's what the market cap's going to go, if you want to check my math, you can go right ahead. That's what the comment section are for. If you think I've made any mistakes, I am always open to correction. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe because it really does help the channel. I do videos like this all the time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.